We have this thing in our community to where our women think that it's okay for them to be masculine. And a lot of times, especially with single mothers, they say, well, I have to be the mother and the father. I have to be masculine because I've had to do it all on my own. But I think it's time that we get to a point to where we realize that women are more powerful when they're in their feminine, and men are more powerful when they're in their masculine. Now, what we tend to hear a lot of times is, oh, well, I'm masculine until the right man brings out my feminine, or I can be feminine only for the right man, or I can be submissive if that man proves to me that he's deserving of my feminine energy. That makes absolutely no sense. Because if a man came up to you and said, well, you know what, I'm feminine until the right woman comes along and brings out my masculinity, you would look at that man like he's absolutely insane, and rightfully so. So, how does it seem like it's right for women to have to be masculine? Iyanla Vanzant talks a lot about this, and I have a clip here that I want to bring up, and we're going to talk about it. Here we go.
My experience and my observation is that most women are men in skirts, meaning that the way their presence, their being, the way we roll in the world, it's very masculine because we've been conditioned and programmed out of our feminine.
Wow.
And when I say, I don't mean feminist movement in the world, I want to be a fireman or a football player. I'm talking about, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how to be a woman in your being. What is the distinction between feminine power and masculine power?
I think that feminine power and masculine power is gotten very, very misconstrued, because especially in like rap music, hip hop music, right? You have ladies like Glorilla. They absolutely sound like a man. You understand what I'm saying? They sound like a man, and what women need to realize is that that is not attractive. That's not attractive to men. Men are not attracted to masculine energy. Let me say that again. Men are not attracted to masculine energy. And when I say men, I'm talking about heterosexual men, okay? Heterosexual men are attracted to feminine energy. So if men are attracted to feminine energy, then why would the women want to be masculine? It just doesn't make sense to me. Women are not designed to carry the brunt of the load. Men are. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. He said it the best. Pressure is made for shoulders and not hips. And then we wonder why a lot of our women are running around broken down, confused, and tired. It's because you're carrying a load that you were not designed to carry. It was designed for a man and for a woman to be together to work this thing out. We're better off together, y'all.
Power. And we've been conditioned and trained to be men in skirts. We do everything like men. We compete like men. I said this on the R Spot a few weeks ago. I said, most women want their boyfriend to act like their girlfriend.
Wow, we got to talk about that for a second. I think that that's another problem with modern relationships too, because women will have this long list of all kinds of things that they want their man to be. Oh, he has to be a listener. He has to be emotional. He has to be healed. He has to know how to communicate. But the problem is that number one, obviously, men and women are different. So the things that the ways that a woman wants a man to communicate, we don't communicate like that because we're not women. You understand what I'm saying? Men are straight to the point, beeline to everything. If I ask you what time it is, I don't need you to tell me how to build the watch. Or if I ask you what time it is, I don't need I don't need you to tell me all of the things that that you had to do to go and procure that watch. I don't need to know how you had to work to save your money, how you went to the store and there was no parking and all that stuff. I just want to know what time it is. You understand what I'm saying? So I think that a lot of times women get frustrated with men because they want men to communicate like they're a woman, and that's not how we communicate. And vice versa, men, we want women to get straight to the point. And usually that's not how women communicate because they're in their feelings. They bring their feelings into everything and emotions into everything, right? So that's just not a good thing for women to expect out of men. Don't expect me to talk to you like I'm one of your homegirls. It's just not gonna happen. Let's keep going.
Chatting, shopping. But when the man comes home, what they meet is another dude. You know how women are up. It's just so.
Why do you think that happened?
And why do you think it's such a problem?
It's a problem, first of all, because the feminine presence is missing on this planet. That's why we got so much hoopla and conflagration going on with the weather,
Yeah, especially when you see most women these days, they want to act as if they are the man in a relationship, right? And men, I would encourage you, don't try to change these women. If that's the way they are, they're going to have to work on that themselves. Don't stick around. You might as well just go ahead and do, because it's not going to be worth your time. Let's keep going.
politics because see, the old male guard is dying. That masculine patriarchy, it's dying off, and you see them.
Wow. And if the those masculine men are dying off, what is our society going to look like in 20, 30 years? What is it going to look like 50 years from now, 100 years from now? It just doesn't make too much sense, because we've gotten where we are today because men are willing to do the hard jobs. They're willing to do all of the tough jobs that women most times aren't willing to do, right? Not saying that they can't do them, but most of the time they're not willing to do them. I believe I said this on a live stream not long ago. If you gave a woman a choice of having a fancy office on the top floor with a view of the city, but she's only making $50,000 versus having to go work in the sewer and make $100,000, those ladies will pick the office job making $50,000 9 times out of 10. You might have a few here or there that might pick that sewer job to make more money, but that's not the case with the majority. You understand what I'm saying? Let's keep going.
Fighting and clawing and hold on to power with all. That's the whole Roe v. Wade turnover. Oh, we gonna control you.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna control you and your hoo-ha. Okay. Like women get pregnant by themselves. We need to have some bill where men are involuntarily sterilized. How about that? Can we do that? Just take your old weenie out, put it up here, and let me whack on it.
My wife want me to get a vasectomy, so I'm down for it.
So that's number one. And so, but we have been programmed and conditioned and raised where our feminine power and our presence as females is dishonored, disregarded, disrespected, just in the world, not just by men. And we've also been taught and trained that our softness is inappropriate, it's dangerous. Our emotions are inappropriate, and
One thing I want to say right here is she brought up a very interesting point about women's softness. Is something wrong with that? These days they call it being a pick-me. You understand what I'm saying? Just because you're displaying that feminine energy does not make you a pick me. You understand what I'm saying? And even if it does make you a pick me, wouldn't you rather be a pick me than a pass me? Isn't that the idea? Aren't we out here trying to get picked? Y'all, we're better off together than we are apart. I would encourage you to look at your life, get the therapy you need, so that we can be better together and that we can be better for our community. But that's it for today, y'all. Give me a like, give me a subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I post. And listen, I don't care where you are, I don't care what time zone you're in. It's always summertime in NY. Peace, y'all.